Axon Driving Solution, working title,
Take one.
Season
Alex,
1.
take one.
I'm Alex. I'm part of the Axon Endurance team. I've been to motorsports since probably 2008. We really got into it after 2011. Started autocross and track days. Or if it's always liked cars since I was a baby, I think. Ever since from my parents. So yeah. I remember like I got into cars pretty early on. Like my dad would have rented VHS tapes like of like 95, 96, 97 seasons of BTCC just to watch every night, like so 3 hours each. So I got into cars pretty early on already from my parents. Got my racing license a couple of years back. Completed my novice license. So, but that's only been it. So it's only because of pretty much financially. I don't have the financial backing to get into racing every year. I would love to, just even club racing would be great, but it's more financially than family backing for me. So during the lockdown year of 2020, when we started getting more participants to track days, pretty much started a best mode or hot versions my car challenge from car owners hitting their peak in either lap times they're getting. They're thinking if it's something with the car or can they improve on their driving skill aspect. So I've been pretty much taking each of their cars, setting a time within like maybe 2 or 3 laps, benchmark for them, or like what do you need to improve on. So it's pretty much just like what you see in the hot version.
And you have been beating the car owners, right?
Yes, I've been beating the car owners and pretty much all of them.
I have heard pretty much all of them. I heard one that you didn't beat.
One I didn't beat because the owner cheated and bought a new set of sticky tires.
No, that's not true.
That's pretty true.
That's not.
What's his name?
Who's that? What's his name? And talks?
It's a white Volkswagen Beetle. Wow, favorite car from all the cars I've driven on track. It's not just about speed. Like some memorable ones are it's pretty out of the. You will not expect the answer. Like I drove a friend's E86. The setup wise was pretty driver's car. It's not exactly fast car you would think, but like the engine setup, the suspension, it was very enjoyable at VIMC. Like over other cars that I've actually driven that's faster. So how long have I been into sim racing? This would start all the way back to pretty much when I would be a kid. Not just Gran Turismo, even arcades, when arcades have all the times listed on there, like the rankings. Always been gunning for a #1 spot in the arcade. Like you would even meet other people in the timetable. So actually you started knowing other people just through competition, friendly competition through that. So that's been ongoing since talking about Sega Rally 2. All the way for Battle Gear, Gran Turismo, and then eventually Dean started Axon and did their monthly challenge. Started getting into that just because we get a monetary prizes from winning a monthly. So biggest difference arcade sim. Arcade emphasizes more on the speed aspect. Everything is more high speed, like visually, but at the same time, and it comes down to it, they're both similar in controlling the car. You got to think about it each being different is how each car you get into the car, how each car behaves differently, and you're trying to extract the maximum what you can from what the equipment that you're given. When it fundamentally comes down to it, getting a top time in arcade or getting a top time in sim racing, it's through seat time and repetitive dedication in getting the performance out of the machine. Those 1/10 of a second, it's through seat time and repetitive practice. They're both. It's pretty much the same mindset of you gotta look ahead, think properly, like your racing line, when you're braking, shifting gears. It's the mental side of things. They're both there. You can't really arcade's more forgiving in the physics side of things, in terms of a car control or how a car would behave, versus sim racing. Sim racing bases their physics on the real life. That's why most people coming from driving arcade games and then going to sim racing, they'll say, "How come this is so hard?" or "How come this feels totally different?" Because their mindset's totally different from what they're visualizing. Because sim racing takes a lot from the real life speed. Most people don't understand that you can't really just turn to a corner going 9 kilometers. Think you'll make the 90-degree corner. So the mindset of helping other drivers for like the My Car Challenge, it's showing them that it's what they're thinking they're maximizing from their car or their driving style. They think it's max. It's not all about trying to rush into a turn or try to turn in faster or trying to think going in something turn faster would come out better. It's all about smoothness. Like you could always brake earlier. Braking earlier doesn't mean that you're going to be driving slower. Braking earlier could be you're setting up a better turn and better line for your acceleration going out of the turn. In the end, it'll improve your time, improve your driving too, because you're doing less steering input to upset the car's balance.
So the mindset is similar, right?
The mindset is similar, yeah. It's just preparing my mindset.
Okay.
Wow, my car collection, huh? You were talking about scale models or my real life car collection?
Real life.
I've had quite a few cars. I think the list is 50 cars. Always been a Honda at heart. It's pretty much front wheel drive specialty. It's currently I think my current car is actually world's best chassis, I guess. It's a Miata. Drives like a go-kart, but Miata always lacks horsepower, so I put in a Honda engine in there. I think my favorite car would be my current car right now is my Miata. Yeah, can't ask for more better combo. Like a small light car, rear wheel drive. I think the most valuable aspect of sim racing to me is the seat time, the ease of seat time that you could get into without actually. It's just you could get in anywhere in the world, any of the tracks that you need seat time for. You could just set on a sim, the conditions that you'd be expected to face, and then you get to drive that track condition, get a sense of how it will feel, and by the time you actually get to the destination or get to the track and drive, you kind of know what to expect in terms of how it's going to be. If I think my favorite race in the sim world would be probably any race deal with Bathurst. So I enjoy the 12 hours of Bathurst when we do the endurance racing team on that special events. So, or even any car that I get to when iRacing sets the weekly track for the race. Pretty much any car that they set that's going to be on Bathurst, I'll try to drive Bathurst. I think we grinded, and then I think it was this year that we remembered about the Bathurst 12 hours was we there was a Ford GT that was in our race, and I think he made top 5, and that car was the slowest car pretty much, even with a balance of performance. But the main takeaway from that we saw was his car had no damage at all. So he just slowly chipped away, just got out no incidents. So he made top 5 just because of that. I think that was this year. How has sim racing changed my life? I think it's the community that it'll bring together from all over the world. Met new friends from all over the world, and also locally too through sim racing.
Someone sent you $40, right?
So yeah, through iRacing, someone from Asia actually donated money into my iRacing account, just because we were racing quite a bit. We were all racing in the same race time slot, and then just got to know each other. And then through sim racing and through all the world, you start getting to know the other racers, because you guys are racing pretty much sometimes the same time zones, same races, and then you get to talking, and then get to know them and chat up too. So it's just connecting everyone through the whole world. It's pretty interesting. I think for my dream race would be a classic shootout for the super touring cars of the 96 to 2000 era at Macau. Have all maybe past touring car champions, or even we could even join. So I think that track and the old touring cars would be a pretty good combo.
Hinterradachse angeworfen. Kuss an der Mauer und Aufgabe.